From the Empire State to the Golden Gates, this is QuadRadio, USA.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Now, with all the dirt from the world of ATV motocross and GNCC racing, here's Mr. 10 Seconds, Rodney Tomlin.
Hello and welcome to the E-Racing Quad Radio Show. I'm Rodney Tomlin, and tonight's program brought to you in part by your good friends at Teely Energy Racing, along with our good friends at Phoenix Racing, and also being presented to you in part by your friends at Decker Training Facility, the County Line MX Park out of Florida, which we'll be talking quite a bit about extensively here in just a few moments. We also want to send a special shout out to some of our supporting sponsors like DP Brakes, What's Stopping You, and also JSR Moto Designs. I want to say a special thanks to those folks and also to you folks for being on hand with us here tonight. A couple news and notes for you as we get set to roll into tonight's show. Of course, Zach Decker going to be our guest, and he is an ATV motocross pro-am racer as well as a pro mod racer. He's kind of on the injured reserve at the moment, which we'll talk a little bit about that coming up here in just a few moments. That's some of the news, I guess you could say. But if you were at the 4th of July event at Johnstown, PA, you probably got all the word on that. But one of the first things I want to bring up to you folks is that we will not be racing at Loretta Lynn's Dude Ranch for the Dirt Days this 2020 season. Obviously, this COVID and the pandemic and everything that's going on right now has prompted a whole lot of schedule changes and things of that nature. They've got, I believe, the Pro Motocross National that may be scheduled to go there the week that we were scheduled to be there with ATV motocross. They thought about the following weekend, but the crew is supposed to be in Indiana on that weekend. So anyway, there was some schedule changes made. I will let you know they will be having an announcement coming up on Sunday. This coming Sunday, I believe the date will be somewhere around, we're on the 16th now, so it'll be around the 19th or 20th or so. We should have a schedule change. I can say get ready to go kind of mid-south down there in the Lover State. That's all I'll say at this point. And if you folks remember Smitty, this might be a good one for you if things go the way that I think they're going to go and some of the inside information that I have been given. But anyway, should be a good event. That'll be posted up coming up this weekend on atvmotocross.com. It will not be at Loretta's. Also, a few notes for you as we roll into Redbud this weekend, or I guess next weekend. Might be, depends on when you're watching this. It might be this weekend, whatever the case may be, or it might already be past. But we are in the middle of social distancing protocols. Again, just want to remind folks of the masks must be worn. That's one of the things that Amy Ritchie wanted me to let you folks know. And I will go into the text here and try to read it verbatim. Okay, I got to get into the right texting thing here, but I'll read that verbatim for you to let you know exactly what you can expect at Redbud. Masks are required in Michigan businesses, so bring one for the grocery store, gas stations, etc. Also, they require the mechanic to wear, not just wear one in staging at the starting line. Rider needs to wear a helmet, and a mechanic needs to wear a mask. One mechanic per rider in all classes, and that's pretty much the protocol from the Safe to Race Committee. They will wear them at sign up and concession stand and have plenty of room for people to social distance everywhere else, so it's not an issue. Also, they want me to let you know there will be no slip and slide. And I guess that's what we can leave at that. A couple news and notes from the GNCC racing world. Walker Fowler capture win number 60. That is a very historic win for him at the high voltage GNCC this past weekend. And, of course, the next GNCC, they go on to summer break. Their next race will not be run until September 12th and 13th, Summit Bechtel Reserve in Beckley, West Virginia. And we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back, and we'll be talking with Zach Decker from the ATV motocross racing world. Stick around.
Hi, this is Stephanie from JSR Moto Designs. JSR Moto Designs specializes in replacement Nerf bar nets for all makes and models that can be fully customizable to your needs. Our custom apparel can be specifically designed for your race team. We can help make what you wear personal on and off the track, including embroidered or printed hoodies, jackets, t-shirts, hats, jersey lettering, butt patches, and more. Check us out at jsrmotodesigns.com or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
So you ready for snowshoe this weekend, Brandon? Oh, yeah. Are you? That's cool.
Stop!
Billy? It's supposed to be pretty nasty this weekend up on Snowshoe Mountain. Stop it, Billy! I'm pretty pumped. Put the brakes on! DP brakes. Good enough to stop my ATV, his ATV, and hell, it'll even stop a Billy.
Did you know you can save up to 25% and receive free shipping on great AMSOIL products with their preferred customer program? AMSOIL also has special pricing arrangements and free shipping for commercial accounts such as trucking companies, loggers, landscapers, and businesses like yours. Or if you have a business and would like to begin selling AMSOIL products, you could qualify to participate in the AMSOIL retail account program. You could become an independent AMSOIL dealer and build and grow your own profitable businesses. For more information, call John Coffey, your full-service AMSOIL dealer, at 877-694-4763 and leave him a message. John Coffey and AMSOIL, your first call for synthetics.
And welcome back to Quad Radio, the E-Racing Quad Radio Show. I'm your host, Rodney Tomlin, along with that fella right over there. We're talking about Zach Decker. And Zach, I'll tell you, buddy, wow, what a season for you. Started out pretty phenomenal. You had your hands full, and you had some great racing. You had some great speed. I mean, the championship was looking like it was going to be a heater. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And then all of a sudden, you're MIA at the 4th of July round, buddy. What's going on, man?
Yeah, nothing much. Just not a whole lot of good luck this season, I guess. It started off with breaking my wrist in the beginning of the season, if you remember, before the season started. And then it looked like I was going to be out for start of the season, and then the coronavirus happened and backed the season up a little bit, which gave me the opportunity to heal up and get out there for the beginning of the season. And then I got out there and I did the first 3 or 4 rounds, and they're going good. Pro-Am, I was in second in points. Max Lindquist was on one this season, and Pro Mod, everything was going well. Was winning in points in that class. And then I was just training in between races, and my spindle happened to break going down a straightaway about 4th gear tapped, and resulted in the same broken wrist. And then had to go through another surgery and have to go through another one in the next few weeks. But we're healing up, and I'm excited to get back to it this winter and train harder and get back out there next year.
So what's the likelihood of seeing you back out on the track racing this season?
I would really like to, but it's not looking too hot for this season.
Wow. That's too bad. But, you know, the good thing about it is that you're healthy and you've got a positive mental attitude. That's the important thing. I mean, 4th gear tapped wide open. I'm figuring somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 miles per hour. You went from 60 to 0 and like lickety split.
Yep, I actually had my Lit Pro on at the time, and I was 60 miles an hour to 0. Yep.
Wow, man, that's pretty hardcore, and just tough break for you, literally, man. And you mentioned Max Lindquist there. Let's talk a little bit about that before we get into it, because wow, what a surprise there. I know, he's one guy that I'm wanting to get on the show here pretty soon. He's a kid, I mean, he always seemed to surprise us in the youth ranks. I mean, if you remember a few years ago, it was like he was kind of like a competitor, but then all of a sudden he came out and was like, wow. And, and then he was kind of a competitor again for, when he showed up, because it was kind of on and off, I guess, it seemed like in a way. And then, wow, he comes back and it's a whole new guy. I mean, pretty impressive stuff, huh?
For sure, yeah. I mean, I've raced Max ever since I started doing nationals, and Max has always been the competitor. He's always since I started racing, he was always the guy to beat. And then he took a few years off, and I guess he must have been doing some work or something. And then he hopped on with Weenan Motorsports, and must have did him some good because he's hauling this year.
Yeah, he's hauling. There's no doubt about it. Looking good, and I'll tell you, you were certainly missed. There's no doubt about it on at the Jeremiah Jones ATV National there at Pleasure Valley Raceway. It would have been nice to have seen you there, but like we said, I think you were probably getting ready for surgery on that following Monday, if I'm not mistaken, huh?
Yeah, I was. I showed up for Friday practice and
okay.
tried to just show my face and see what was going on. But yeah, I had surgery that following Monday. But I was still listening to all the QuadRadio podcasts or stuff like that. But
yeah, the streams and stuff. That's awesome, man. That's and that was a tough one to get to. And QuadRadio will be streaming live again at the remainder of the rounds. All things, as long as all technical all problems don't overdo that. But man, I tell you, I have my hands full there at Pleasure Valley, giving you guys a clean sound. But we had it, we had it made. So I want to say thanks to those folks that helped make that possible for us to be there that weekend. Zach, again, you know, it's been a while since you've been on QuadRadio. When was the last time you were on QuadRadio? Have you ever been on QuadRadio? It seems like you've been on here before, or do I just know you that well?
Yeah, I think the last time I was on QuadRadio was at Hudson's last year. Yeah, last year.
Okay.
Last winter.
Yeah. So it's been a while. There's been a lot of things that's taken place since that shoot. That's been almost 2 years, a year and a half now since last time we talked. Talk a little bit about that, because I mean, you did a lot of training out there, and then obviously things went well for you. You had a pretty good 2019 season, if I remember right.
Yeah, 2019, I locked up my 250, it was Schoolboy Senior Championship. And then Lance Walker won the Youth All-Star Championship. And yeah, that was a good season. Went down to Loretta's, but it was always fun as usual.
You know, you say fun as usual. What's that mean?
I mean, I feel like every day that I do this is always a privilege, and I'm glad to be doing it. So it's something. It's fun. It's always fun.
Right. I got you. I see what you're saying. So a really good 2019 season, and here's it's interesting, man. I mean, I've seen this. I think Bryce Ford did this, if I'm not mistaken, and you're another rider that's followed in those footsteps. To go straight from the 250s. I mean, you pretty much bypassed the A classes and went straight into Pro-Am and Pro Mod, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I raced A class the first round. I did A class in Pro-Am, and I think I did it the first round. And I decided to move up. I had a few sponsors telling me to move up, so I moved up to Pro Mod and Pro-Am. We thought that'd be a better fit for us for this season, and we did that, and it was working out pretty well. So,
wow. So we know the competition. Talking about competition, Max being another one of those guys that stepped up right along with you right there. What were you expecting? Other competition? Who is the other competition that you were dealing with in those classes?
Cesar Jimenez. He was on one this year. He was really fast. Wes Lewis in the Pro Mod class, and Cody Ford. And then Pro-Am, I didn't know really who I was expecting. I knew Max was going to be fast for sure. I knew he was training. I expected that. I expected Lance Walker to be in the mix. I heard Trevor Thatcher was coming back. I didn't know if he was going to be in Pro-Am or not, but I didn't really know who was going to be in the class this year, so I didn't know really what to expect. But just made sure we were in shape for sure.
Yeah, obviously that's one thing that's for sure. I mean, the speeds that you were turning and you guys in that Pro-Am class that are turning, I mean, really comparable with a lot of the top pro class riders and stuff. So it's pretty impressive what we have to look forward to. And it's got to be inspiring for you to see a rookie like Bryce Ford and you following in his footsteps and seeing the successes he's having already. I mean, a podium position finish. I mean, he's got hole shots. He's led races. In not the top qualifier, but in top qualifying positions and things. So that's got to be really inspiring for a youngster like yourself moving up through the ranks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've raced Bryce several times, and he's one fast dude. And to see him do exactly what I've done, or I'm doing, and it's cool. I definitely want to try to follow his footsteps, and to see him get that third place podium position this past weekend in pro was amazing. So hats off to him.
Yeah, and his brother, the year before, I mean, his brother got a podium as a rookie. Alan Myers got a podium at the Daytona ATV Supercross as a sophomore. I mean, but it was his first race back after his rookie season. I mean, still a young rider and fresh in the class and things. I mean, that's some pretty big news, I think, because you growing up, I mean, whenever, what was it like? You were always expecting, there was 4 or 5 people that you were expecting to see on the podium. What was your podium predictions each weekend?
It was Joel, Chad, Thomas,
Jeffrey,
Joel, Chad, Thomas, Jeffrey. I don't know, how far back are we going?
Well, yeah, there you go. I mean, and I'm so that's probably what been the last 5 years, right? 4 years, 3 or 4 years or so. I mean,
we're going back to like 2010. Then I would think like John Natale, Joel Hetrick, Chad Weenan, Dustin Wimmer, a few of those guys.
So. You're kind of jumping around there on me, Zach, but if I lose you, yeah, I'm here. I see what you're saying. And, you opened up a big can of worms right there to talk about, because you're part of a new revolution, what we've seen in the AMA Pro ATV class, because what you're talking about is the last heydays that we were having in ATV racing when we had Gus, we had Dustin Wimmer, Josh Creamer, Joe Bird was even a part of that. Like you said, Chad Ween and Joel Hetrick. There's like 6 or 7 people that I've named that each and every one of them have had wins at some point in their career. And you got to witness all that. And now you get to be a part of a new generation, because it's been like that Chad Weenan era for so long. And then, Joel kind of poking in there every once in a while. It looks like it's about to be the Joel Hetrick era. But, I mean, guys like you, guys like Bryce, guys like Cody, Max, that you're racing with now, and some of those other Logan Stanfield that's in there right now. You're talking about Alan Myers. I mean, you guys all, and then of course Nick Janusa, he's going to be seasoned pretty good here pretty soon. So I think he's going to be kind of even more of a force to be reckoning with here. I mean, this is kind of a new wave that we've got in ATV motocross, man, and you're about to be part of something pretty huge. What does that feel like? And do you recognize that?
I do. I mean, it feels awesome for sure. I mean, I see definitely a group of guys, myself, Bryce, and Max Lindquist. I feel like we're all in that group, and I mean, it's awesome. It's definitely awesome. It's definitely something very cool. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you realize it, but I don't think you realize it from the perspective that I'm looking at it, from the historical value of it. There's a new era. This 2020 is bringing something very new, and you're a part of a big wave that's just starting. I mean, it's just now starting to begin, and in the next 3 or 4 years, you're going to look back and you're going to say, man, Rodney was right on that interview that I did with him on QuadRadio, because this field of competition and the riders and how many people are capable of winning at this point, I think is going to be pretty surprising to you. So just mark that. Everybody mark that in your calendars right now. Let's see, this 2020 right now. Let's say 2023, 24. If I'm wrong, somebody come and find me and I'll shave my head. Oh no. I'm pretty confident. I got one of the ugliest heads in the world, and I realize I'm going bald, so maybe I'll be completely bald by that time, and it won't matter anyway. but anyway, that's just something really neat that I think that I'm thinking about. But let's see. There's some other things. The training facility. Thank you, your dad, for coming on board Quad Radio and supporting what we've been going on. Your dad's been a kind of behind the scenes type guy for the last couple of years anyway. And then this year, he says, yeah, I got the training facility going now down here at County Line MX, and I'd like to expose that a little bit more. Let's talk a little bit about that. Tell me about the Decker training facility.
Yeah, so we're about to stay tuned to Decker Training Facility on Instagram and stuff. We're about to release all of the latest and greatest news, so stay tuned for that. But as far as everything's going, it's going great. We have a national track right now. We have a intermediate track. We're gonna have a turn track.
Okay. All right, time out just a second. For some reason, my internet service or yours just dropped. It dropped pretty intensely. So you said that you have a pro track. So go pick up from there. You have a national track. I'm sorry, a national track. And then you have an intermediate track.
We have a national track. We have an intermediate track. We have a turn track, a Gncc loop, a pit bike track, and a mini track for kids on PW50s and stuff, just learning. So
wow, a Gncc loop. What's that all about, ZD?
So we're just starting that. We're having Hunter Hart come out and helping us do that. But we got a piece of property right next to the track actually, and we're making a loop in there.
Really? How long a loop do you think you're going to have?
I'm not really sure yet. My dad knows more with that, but I'm not 100% sure with that, so I don't want to be fibbing if I told you something.
Longer than a football field, shorter than the Daytona 500, right?
I'm thinking so, yeah.
Well, that's cool. And from what I understand, talking with your dad, it's going to be something where not only, you guys are a four-wheel based family, but it's not only going to be four-wheelers, but you guys will also be able to accommodate some motorcycles and things, from what I understand, huh?
Just to try to help out the quad community. So pretty soon we're going to be have 20. We're going to be doing memberships, so we're going to have 20 exclusive memberships. We're going to try to keep the quads. If we can fill them all up with quads, then we're going to keep it quads. If not, then we're going to expand to the bikes. But we're trying to keep it as quad friendly as we can.
Okay, I see. So, so you're telling me, you kind of cut in and out there. So, what you guys are doing then is you've got the facility, and it's only going to be basically, it's not going to be necessarily an open facility. You won't be open rides, or you're only going to have X amount of people that'll be able to be there, or how's that work?
No, it's always going to be open, but we're gonna offer memberships. So we're gonna offer 20 memberships to quad guys to fill up our RV spots.
Oh, and, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Everything.
So you've got 20. So you've got 20 RV spots. ATVs have first dibs on that, and when no one, and if not everyone in the ATV world. So when will that be available? Will that be available for the winter time? Will that be available year round, seasonal? I guess.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be. We have more to work on with this, but we're working on a few months. But like I said, more news and stuff will be posted to the Decker Training Facility Instagram the next few weeks, and we will have a 100% answer for all you guys. So.
Right, I got you. I'm sorry, I'm probably pressing for too much, but this is pretty exciting stuff, man. I just want to know, because this is big news, It really is. I mean, there's some training facilities and things out there, but there's none that's really dedicated to the ATV racing community such as this. You know, they allow quads. I think this is cool. You're an ATV based facility that will allow some motorcycles to come in.
Yeah. Basically.
So will these spots be open to Gncc off-road riders and motocross riders at the same time?
Yeah, so all of our spots and memberships will offer our all of our tracks, and then we also have a gym. So it'll offer all to ride all of our tracks and to have all access to the gym.
Oh wow! So that's even a bigger game going on there. I mean, so we really need to stay tuned to check all this out. So it's going to be like on Instagram and things like that. All the details and information. You got a Facebook page, I'm sure.
Yep, Instagram and Facebook. It's DTF or Decker Training Facility. So just look it up on there, and you should find it.
So it'll be at DTF or at Decker Training Facility. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Perfect. And so tell me a little bit about the tracks that you've got out there. I've seen some video footage. We've got some video that we show that Gloop shot with some drone footage and stuff. Man, it looks like you guys have got like 12 tracks there.
Yeah, feels like we do, but our national track is sick. It's all of our tracks are sands, Florida sand, so they get beat rough, so it's really good for training. But our national track is about an average of 2-minute lap times, and our intermediate track is average about 130, 140. So those are our two main tracks, and then we have our Pee-wee track, which most of the new kids ride and littler kids ride. And then our pit bike track we just built, so we're just waiting on some new people to ride the pit bike track, and the Gncc loop. We're starting to build that right now. Awesome.
All right, man. Anything else that you can think of that you might want to talk about here this evening? I know with obviously with the wrist being injured, there's not a lot to look forward to as far as the racing. Are you going to be at Redbud coming up in a couple of weeks, or next week? I guess next weekend.
I have to do a doctor's appointment for my wrist that weekend, so unfortunately I'm not going to be there. But I'm going to try to be at the next one, wherever it's going to be, the postponed for Loretta's.
Okay.
So I should be there.
So what my little hint that I gave didn't give you any idea of where we're going to be going, what state or anything?
What's that?
My little lover state hint didn't give you an idea of where we're going to be going?
I think Virginia.
Okay, and that, I mean that's not obviously a written in stone yet because it hasn't been released. But from what I understand and what I've heard, and this didn't come from MX Sports, this came from some other sources. But anyway, you remember Smitty, the referee? Maybe not. Might have been a little before your time, but if you remember Smitty, anybody that remembers Smitty will get a kick out of going to this place. There's no doubt about it. Anyway, Zach, it's been great talking to you. Keep up the good work. Are you guys down in Florida right now, or are you up in PA?
Yep, I'm up in PA right now, but I should be in Florida the 27th.
27th, and will the facility be open if people want to go ride and do stuff like that in the train and different things like that?
Absolutely. It's open this weekend. So
awesome. So go on to Facebook and get all the details and information from there. And when you guys get a website, we'll start promoting that for you as well. But Zach, I believe that's all I have for you. Anything you got for me, man? You got any questions for me? Anything, any desiring wonders about myself or my lifestyle or
yeah, how's it going, Ronnie? How's what's going on with your life recently?
Well, being a pop, playing, just waiting on races basically. I'll be okay. Thanks for asking, man. I'm going to unload on you here. I actually took. I don't know. I've had a lot of things going on between all the races and there's all the different chaos that always happens with me in my life. I think I was actually completely worn out Monday because I slept till about 9:30 on Monday morning, man. So I slept in and then I took a nap about 4:00 in the afternoon.
Oh, dang.
I think I was on the verge of
too hard.
I don't know if I work too hard, but whatever. I'm up too much and going too many different directions. I'll tell you that right now. But no, seriously, it's been great. That's what I'm saying. It's a busy summer for us all, man. I'm getting ready to head to. I got this weekend off. I'm going to go to Redbud, then we're going to Loretta Lynn's, and then I'll be. I'm not sure what's going on after that.
Absolutely. It's been one hectic and one crazy year, I feel like.
Yeah, it has. Hey, you saw what happened at Pleasure Valley the other day with the AMA Pro ATV class with Joel and the whole circumstance of the machine letting go and stuff. So were you listening at that particular point?
I was, yep.
What went through your mind, man?
I know that it said that I couldn't really tell that he was having a mechanical failure because it said that Chad was gaining time on him, and then he said that you were seeing puffs of white smoke here and white smoke there, and so I figured, oh man, something's going down, and when it happened, I was like, so many loss of points, and it's just when things happen like that, I'm sure he was bummed out, but I'm sure he knew he had to get back up there and make the best out of what happened and just play it as it is. Pretty impressive at the end of the day, though, the way he was able to keep it together, I think. Absolutely, yeah. That's good work. And then did you pay any attention to the pro mod race with Wes Lewis and Cody Ford on Sunday? Man, those guys, two intense motos of racing. They're battling it out. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, they were rubbing it in, battling it out. Yeah, that was some good stuff, man. I mean, if you haven't been to ATV motocross lately, you certainly you're missing out. And also a buddy from the ATV motocross. Obviously, there's a lot of crossover going on right now with Grayson Eller, Noah Mickelson, Hayden Mickelson, Wesley Wolf, obviously. Daniel Coda's over there as well. Jeremy Ladon, I don't know if you remember Jeremy or not, but Jeremy Ladon's big GNCCer now. But Alan Myers was at the race on this past weekend at High Voltage, and he's talking like he wants to go out and try some GNCC, man. So my big question is, now that you got this GNCC loop and everything, are you entertaining the idea of maybe coming out and racing some GNCC in the future? Absolutely. I mean, I'm all in for it. I'm not opposed to it at all. I definitely would like to try a few in between some of the national races as long as I can. But after season of next year, and maybe if I get healed up and I can make some this year, I would like to do some. But I think it would be fun, and I'm not opposed to it at all. I'd definitely like to do it. Try it out. That'd be awesome, man. Love to have you out. I know Alan Myers was just like, wow, this is pretty cool. He couldn't believe the crowd that was there, the number of riders that was there and everything. He was pretty impressed with it. And it was just, it wasn't a big race in West Virginia, but, man, it was a good one. It was a hot one, too. We don't normally have them that late. But Zach, again, thanks for being on, man. Thanks for caring enough to ask about how things are going for me. Things are going great, man. My grandson's growing well. I appreciate it. And by the way, my grandson just started walking. He's 9.5 months old. Congratulations to him. So we got a game of quad next, I guess, right? Absolutely. Just get him a TRX-90. There you go. We'll starting to look now. We'll put a down payment on one right now. But all right, any thanks or any shout outs or anything else you want to give before I let you go? I would just like to shout out my all my sponsors this year for helping me. I have a great crew of sponsors, and just the whole Naveen Power Sports. Shout out to Naveen for sure. He's he's an awesome guy, awesome motor builder. He's helped me out for sure, big time this year. And Mike Walsh from Walsh, he's a big one. Impact Solutions, Casey Greek, Chris McCauley, my mechanic, and everyone else. Grip Gloves, they're a huge part of my program this year. Shout out to them. My mom, my dad, and Decker Training Facility, that was a big thing for me this year. So, and everyone else that's helped me out this year, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I'll be out there next year.
All righty, sounds good. That's Zach Decker. I'm Rodney Tomlin, and this is Quad Radio, the E-Racing Quad Radio show. Thanks for joining us.